welcome to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Aaliyah, and if you're a subscriber, welcome back. So, in today's video, I'm going to be giving you some essential tips for being a car owner. Number one would be to check your oil and your fluids, right? So what I mean by that is like, you know, your engine oil and like your coolant and even your transmission fluid, you should be checking on that like regularly. I don't mean like every time you go out on like a drive or every week or something like that, but I think that like once or twice a month you should check the levels of like your engine fluids, because you don't want to like go on like a long drive or something and then have your check engine light turn on because you have low oil or low coolant. That would be like really bad and put like a lot of wear and tear on your engine and could potentially cause major problems. Number two would be to let high mileage cars warm up for the first time that you're driving it in a while, right? So what I mean by this is that like in the morning, or like if you just haven't driven your car in like a few hours, like a really long time, you should let your car warm up, like let the engine like idle for a little bit before you just drive off. Because when your car is sitting overnight, when your car is sitting at all, you know, your pistons and your cylinders are going at 0 rotations per minute. They're not moving, right? But when you start moving your car, you have to like ramp up the RPM, right? So it's going like 1,000, 2,000, or 3,000 rotations per minute. You don't want to just hop in your car and drive off, at least if it's like an emergency or something like that, because your car is going from being at 0 to like 3,000 really fast, and that's just going to put a lot of wear and tear and stress on your engine and could lead to like major issues in the future. So you should let your car warm up for like 1 to 3 minutes in the morning, depending on how old your car is. And just a little side note, if you have like an electric car or a hybrid car, or your car is really new, you're probably not going to need to let it warm up for a really long time in the morning. But I'm just speaking for like used cars or older cars, it's a really good idea to let your car warm up in the morning. Number three would be to have a trusted mechanic. And what I mean by this is that every time something happens to your car, because cars, you know, by nature, they will just wear down and you will need to get work done on your engine. You should not be taking your car to a bunch of random mechanics or just any closest or cheapest mechanic you can find. You should have a trusted mechanic the same way that you have a trusted family doctor or a trusted physician or dentist, because they know the history of your car and they know what needs to be done on it. And then also you can build up a relationship with your mechanic to the point where they won't be overcharging you for things. I think it's also really great for like young ladies to have a trusted mechanic, because they're more than likely not going to overcharge you on things. If you go somewhere and you know they're charging you way too much for a bunch of different things when you just want your spark plugs or your ignition coils replaced or something like that, then you should probably find another mechanic. Number four would be to learn the basic symptoms of like faulty engines before like it actually like causes your check engine light to turn on. So what I mean by that is like to learn like the basic things like about your car specifically, and like what the most common issues are in your car, and then to learn about like what those symptoms are. So I know like from all my previous cars, I used to own Beetles, right? And I knew that with those cars, the most common issues would be coolant system issues and electric issues, like with the starter and alternator. So I started learning what these symptoms were, so that if I ever encountered any of those things, that I would be able to preemptively take care of my car. Fortunately, all of the cars that I did own in the past, except for one, I stopped driving them because of engine issues. 2 of the cars that I owned, they had gaskets blew, and another car that I owned, the transmission was starting to fail, but I had already gotten my 3rd car by the time that happened. So it's really good to know the common symptoms about like what's going on in your car before it's too late or before it becomes a major and expensive repair. 5 would be to have a change of clothes in your car. I mentioned this in previous videos where I give advice to like younger girls, and just having a change of clothes in your car is so helpful and life-saving, because you never know when something is going to happen to where you're going to need to change your clothes and you're too far away from your house, or something is going on and you just can't get back to change. right? So it's always good to have like a change of shoes, like a pair of comfortable slip-on shoes, like a pair of moccasins or sandals. I have a pair of leggings, my moccasins, and a thick chunky cardigan, and a little bin in my trunk, just in case if anything happens and I need to, you know, change. And also having a cardigan or a coat or some form of outerwear always in your trunk, that prevents you from going places and being too cold, especially with the ladies. I know that we like to dress cute and we like to, you know, have our cute little fashion moments in our outfits, but it's not very fun when you're out and the temperature drops drastically and you didn't predict the weather for that day, or you didn't check the forecast that day, and now you're cold and cute. Number 6 would be to keep your car clean. And what I mean by this is that you should probably find either a self-service car wash nearby your home or your job or something like that, or your school, and just keep your car clean. I know that this should be like a no-brainer, and most people should know this and want to keep their things relatively clean. But I know it's for me personally, I can't drive around in like a dirty car. It's a lot more distracting. It's just a lot, you know, and it's so much nicer to have like a nice, clean, spotless car, especially if you're gonna pick up your friend for a day, or if, you know, a coworker or a classmate asks to carpool with you. It's super embarrassing to have a really dirty car. And even though most people are not gonna judge you about having a messy car, especially when you're younger, you know, you're in high school or college, and that's to be expected of younger people, it's just a lot nicer to keep the things that you're paying for, that you own, keep them nice. 7 goes in with number 6, and that is to have a car trash, or have a bin that you keep in your car to throw away waste, because it's just, you don't want to be that person, especially with the girls. You do not want to be that person who has like candy wrappers, or, you know, your empty Starbucks cups or something like that just laying around in your car. So I have a little waste bin that I got from Daiso. It's not really made for like trash. It's like this little scrunchie. I'll put a picture of it here so you guys can know what I'm talking about, but I got that from Daiso. It was $1.50, and I just, you know, when I have like when I eat snacks, or when, you know, I'm on a long drive and I just have a lot of stuff in my car, it's a lot nicer to just have somewhere to put those things. And you don't want to be that person who keeps, you know, things in your backpack either, or in your purse, because, you know, you were driving and then you had something and you're like, okay, I'm gonna throw this away, and then now your purse is full of a bunch of crap. So keeping like a little trash bin, or even like a tiny little storage bin in your car somewhere, like in the back seat, or, you know, between the 2 front seats or something like that, it's really helpful to making sure that your car stays clean and more organized. The next one, number 8, would be to carry cash in your car. So don't be like dumb and carry like hundreds or thousands of dollars in your car. That's really stupid. Just make sure you have some emergency cash in your car, at least enough to, you know, cover a full tank of gas, right? So like, know how much your car like costs to gas up 100%, and keep at least that much in your car, right? So in your glove compartment, or somewhere, you know, hidden in a little compartment in your car, make sure you keep like 20 to 50 or even $100 of cash, just in case if there's an emergency and you can't gas up with your phone, with Apple or Samsung Pay, or your card, you know, you lost your wallet or something like that, and you can't use your debit or credit card, right? So keeping cash in your car is like life-saving. It's essential, especially for like young women. I think it's really, really, really smart and essential to have a bin in your car, because it could be life-saving. You never know when you're gonna lose your phone and your wallet or something like that, and you need to have cash in your car. But the next one would be to get a blind spot mirror. Now, most newer cars have blind spot detection. So if there's a car in your blind spot and you need to get over, the like mirror will like blink or something like that. But having like a little blind spot mirror, they're like these little circles that you put on your car, on your side mirrors, and it's a lot easier to get over on the freeway, especially if you live in a heavily populated area that gets like traffic that's like fast moving traffic, but it's also like traffic where the cars are less than like 1 car distance away from each other. Living in California, people like to drive really, really close to other cars, and also really fast for some reason. So it's really nice to have a it's really nice to have a blind spot mirror on both mirrors, because then it's a lot safer with getting over and things like that. So yeah, those are my tips for being a car owner. These are some things that I've learned over the years, and I just thought I would share them with you guys, especially with my audience. I feel like these are things that I wish I'd known when I had my first car, that are not really things that most people would tell you, because it's just like, it should be a no-brainer, but you know, some of these other things are, you know, things that you couldn't have thought about that make things a lot easier. So thank you for watching this video. If you liked this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because for the next couple of weeks I will be posting a new video every single day. So I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.